Imagine a world where the edge of the map is a mystery, where no one knows what lies beyond the horizon. Now picture one man, a Greek explorer named Pytheas of Massalia, who dared to sail into the unknown, discovering lands no Mediterranean had ever seen. Today we're diving into the mind-blowing journey of Pytheas, the 4th century BC navigator who ventured to Britain, the Arctic and beyond. Buckle up for a 10-minute adventure through history that'll leave you speechless. Who was Pytheas? Why does his story matter? Let's break it down. Pytheas was born around 350 BC in Massalia, modern-day Marseille, France, a thriving Greek colony and trade hub. This bustling port city was a melting pot of cultures and ideas, where merchants and scholars from all over the Mediterranean would gather. This guy wasn't just a merchant. He was a geographer, astronomer, and explorer with a burning curiosity. He was fascinated by the world beyond the horizon and dedicated his life to uncovering its secrets. Think of him as the ancient world's Indiana Jones, but with a sextant instead of a whip. His adventures were driven by a quest for knowledge rather than treasure. Massalia was perfectly positioned for trade, dealing in tin, amber and gold from the mysterious north. These goods were highly prized and brought great wealth to the city. But the Greeks knew almost nothing about these lands, only wild trader tales of monsters and frozen seas. These stories were both terrifying and tantalizing, sparking the imaginations of many. Pytheas wasn't content with rumours, he was a scientist. He sought empirical evidence and aimed to replace myths with facts. He calculated the latitude of Marseille, observed the stars, and even linked the moon to tides, a revolutionary idea for his time. His observations laid the groundwork for future scientific discoveries. His mission? To explore the unknown Atlantic and bring back hard facts. He wanted to map the uncharted territories and understand the natural phenomena he encountered. Around 325 BC, he set sail on a voyage that would rewrite the ancient world's map. His journey was filled with challenges and discoveries that would change the way people viewed the world. Let's follow Pytheas's jaw-dropping journey. He likely started by sailing through the Strait of Gibraltar, a daring move. This narrow passage between Europe and Africa was known for its treacherous waters and strong currents, making it a formidable challenge for any sailor, let alone one venturing into the unknown. Some scholars think Carthage controlled these waters, but others argue Massalia had a trade deal, letting Pytheas pass freely. This debate highlights the complex political and economic landscape of the ancient Mediterranean, where alliances and rivalries shaped the routes and safety of maritime explorers. Either way, he was now in the Atlantic, a place Greeks thought was the edge of the world. The vast, uncharted waters of the Atlantic were filled with myths and legends, and Pytheas's journey into this unknown expanse was nothing short of revolutionary. Pytheas hugged the coasts of Iberia and France, noting every detail. His meticulous observations provided invaluable information about the geography, climate and cultures of these regions, which were largely unknown to the Greeks at the time. He landed in Brittany, then crossed the English Channel to Beleriand, probably Cornwall, where he saw Britons mining tin in wicker boats. This encounter with the tin miners of Cornwall was significant, as tin was a crucial component in the production of bronze, and Pytheas's accounts helped to illuminate the trade networks of the ancient world. He didn't just visit Britain, he circumnavigated it. This feat demonstrated his exceptional navigational skills and his determination to explore and document the entirety of the island. He called it Britannicae, giving us the first written record of Britain. This naming was a landmark moment in the history of cartography and geography, as it marked the beginning of Britain's documented history. His estimate of Britain's circumference, about 4,000 miles, crazy close to the real 4,300 miles. This remarkable accuracy showcased Pytheas's advanced understanding of geography and his ability to make precise measurements with the tools available to him. But Pytheas didn't stop there. His insatiable curiosity and adventurous spirit drove him to push further north into territories that were even more mysterious and challenging. He sailed north to the Orkneys, maybe Ireland, and possibly the Shetland Islands. These remote and rugged islands were far beyond the familiar Mediterranean world, and Pytheas's journey to these places expanded the Greek understanding of the northern reaches of Europe. He described the midnight sun, where the sun barely sets in summer, and short winter days with only 3 hours of light. These observations were astonishing to the Greeks, who were accustomed to the more predictable and temperate climate of the Mediterranean. This was mind-blowing for Greeks used to Mediterranean climates. The extreme variations in daylight and the harsh conditions of the northern regions were almost beyond belief for those who had never ventured so far from home. He even measured the sun's altitude to pinpoint his location, proving he was a master astronomer. His ability to use astronomical observations to navigate and map his journey was a testament to his scientific prowess and ingenuity. Here's where it gets wild. Pytheas's journey took him into some of the most inhospitable and dangerous waters known to the ancient world. Pytheas reached a land he called Thule, at 66 degrees north on the Arctic Circle. This mysterious land, shrouded in ice and extreme weather, was a place of legend and wonder. Was it Iceland? Norway? Scholars still debate, but he described ice flows, a congealed sea, and polar phenomena like the Northern Lights. These vivid descriptions provided a rare glimpse into the Arctic environment, which was virtually unknown to the ancient Mediterranean world. He was the first Mediterranean to see the Arctic. This achievement was groundbreaking as it expanded the geographical horizons of the ancient Greeks and challenged their understanding of the world. He also noted a place where the summer tropic and Arctic Circle were the same, a dead-on observation for Thule's latitude. This precise observation demonstrated Pytheas's keen scientific mind and his ability to make accurate geographical and astronomical measurements. Some say Pytheas even ventured into the Baltic Sea, possibly reaching modern Poland's Vistula River, a hub for amber trade. This extension of his journey into the Baltic region further underscored his relentless quest for knowledge and exploration. Whether he got there or not, his journey covered thousands of miles, from the Mediterranean to the edge of the known world. Pytheas's epic voyage was a monumental achievement that pushed the boundaries of ancient exploration and expanded the Greek understanding of the world. This was no small feat in a wooden ship powered by sails and oars. The sheer determination, bravery and skill required to undertake such a journey in the ancient world are truly awe-inspiring. Pytheas wrote about his adventures in a book called On the Ocean. This book was a detailed account of his journey to the farthest reaches of the known world at the time. Tragically, it's lost, but fragments survive in works by Pliny, Strabo, and Diodorus Siculus. These fragments give us glimpses into the incredible observations Pytheas made during his travels. These guys quoted him extensively. Pliny even cites Pytheas saying Britain's tides rose 80 cubits, about 37 meters. This was an astonishing claim that highlighted the dramatic differences between the tides of the Atlantic and the more placid Mediterranean. That's exaggerated, but it shows Pytheas was struck by the massive tides compared to the calm Mediterranean. Not everyone believed Pytheas. His accounts were met with skepticism and disbelief by some of his contemporaries. Strabo called him a liar, saying a poor man couldn't fund such a trip. This criticism reflects the challenges Pytheas faced in gaining acceptance for his groundbreaking work, but scholars like Eratosthenes and Hipparchus trusted him. They recognized the value of his observations and incorporated his findings into their own work. Eratosthenes used Pytheas's data to map Thule on his world map, showing the far northern reaches of the world as known to the Greeks. And Hipparchus cited his astronomical calculations. These contributions were crucial in advancing the understanding of geography and astronomy in the ancient world. Pytheas wasn't just an explorer. He shaped ancient geography. His observations and records provided a foundation for future explorations and studies. His work was studied in Alexandria and Pergamon, two of the most important centers of learning in the ancient world. And until Caesar's time, On the Ocean was the only source on Britain and the North. Pytheas's legacy lived on, influencing generations of scholars and explorers who followed in his wake. Why is Pytheas's story so exciting? He was the first Greek to describe the Celtic and Germanic tribes, giving us a glimpse of their lives as farmers and warriors. He connected the Mediterranean to the north, boosting trade in tin and amber. His observations on tides and the midnight sun were centuries ahead of his time. And get this, he measured the distance from northern Scotland to Marseille at 1,050 miles, just 70 miles off the real 1,120 miles. Pytheas wasn't just a traveller, he was a pioneer who proved the Hyperborean North wasn't a myth. His courage and scientific mind expanded the ancient world's horizons. Today, Marseille celebrates him as a hero, and he's even an honorary member of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. Pytheas of Massalia sailed where no Greek had gone before, from the sunny Mediterranean to the icy Arctic. His lost book On the Ocean sparked debates, inspired scholars, and put Britain and Thule on the map. He wasn't just an explorer, he was a visionary who showed the world that curiosity can conquer the unknown. What do you think of Pytheas' epic journey? Drop a comment below, hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing history. Want to dive deeper? Check out Barry Cunliffe's The Extraordinary Voyage of Pytheas the Greek or Lionel Scott's Pytheas of Massalia for the full scoop. Until next time, keep exploring.